summarized result, and it does its own analysis and brings it back to us in the form of maps. So that's also possible. Map with AI, for example, a small AI tool which will help you to create maps very easily with the use of existing data, which has been given by us. Like we have done research on mangrove forest, we have given the results with the data which is published on the website. It just reads and interprets the results and give it to you as fast as possible as a summary of your research. Likewise, now the map can also be created. There are alternate sites, like you can ask it to what would be the future world map be. Okay, if you just give a tag, it will create a own map. It might be true or may not be true, it's predictive. But there are possibilities with the existing data sets. It tries to create the future of how the world might look. So there are examples where it is getting developed. So in GIS, okay, which is very much in data visualization, spatial modeling, and decision making in various fields. For example, with the use of AI, we can create a city itself, city model, or with the use of AI, you can create a new world of, for example, in what is it, 3D visualization, or we use the Oculus or the mobile phones we used to see, right, games in VR. So there is a word called metaverse. Okay, so in metaverse, have you heard of the word metaverse? Yes, you play in VR and AR. So there you can build location-based geographical information systems where you wear the headset and you digitize or plan anything without going to the field. Okay, so these are all technologies where this GIS is into in terms of AI. Just touching part with the old to the new versions. So we were there. I was there from this place to the present situations. So where we did unsupervised classification at the beginning point of time with the k-means classification. So we give the satellite images, and the computer like ERDA software, Saga, or any softwares will categorize by itself based on classes. Okay, so it will have a predefined classes based on the values, which is it will create its own classes. Then we used to segregate it and convert that into different classes. Then comes the supervised classification, where we should know about the field. We know what is there on the ground, or this is water body, this is roads, this is railways, or this is roads, or this is buildings, like that. So then with the use of known labels, okay, it creates its map. Okay, we have created the map, and that is where this supervised classification works with. So this is the common category. The third one is object-based classification. So once you try to specify the object, tell that this is a road, okay, tell that this is a building, it automatically generates the building. It automatically creates the building at the third phase. On the same timeline, there was ANNs, okay, artificial neural networks comes into action, where the AI started here, okay. Then after 2 to 5 years later, then support vector machine was the SVM technique, was a well-known technique. Then there comes the random forest methodology. So random forest algorithm, that's where that is running. So support vector machines finds optimal hyperlane separating different classes with the largest margin. So if you tell it is a water body, it will identify the water body, it demarcates the outer extent as well, support vector machines. Then there is these two things, or presently you can utilize this in Google Earth engines, which is well available, CART and random forest methods. They use this classification and regression trees. So till there it is decision tree based method, splits data based on single features at each node. So it will identify one single class and it merges together to build it with the use of regression. So then comes the random forest method, which is very much useful or been better used. And after this we have moved into LLMs, large language models. But at most, this is where we end up. No, we are working with this AI machine learning algorithms. We generally use this for land use land cover analysis. Enable method combining multiple cart trees. Okay, so it will use this one as an input, and based on the voting principle, it will make this random forest algorithm works. So it is better for land use land cover mapping with high accuracy, which is highly helpful in terms of object detection and change direction applications. So this is the outcome of scaled with 5, okay, impact score on impact of AI in different geographic study activities. If you take GIS and spatial analysis, it is going beyond 4. The latest one generated, this chart is being generated by AI. Okay, so this chart by itself, okay, GIS and spatial analysis at the scale of 4, you can see spatial optimization and resource management. So it works with resource utilization principles, which is our core in geography, presently city management or something like this. So there you can see 4.5 scale. So there is nothing less than 3. That means AI started in geography field. AI is not even, it has crossed the half of it. Out of 5 scale, there is nothing less than 2.5. That means each and every field of GIS or remote sensing in geography, we started utilizing this AI tools in by all over the world. So this is the timeline of image classification techniques. So beginning with 2009, okay, and till 2023. So this is k-means clustering where unsupervised classification works, and presently goes down to this deep neural networks, all those things. We are at large language models for image classification methods. So this is the latest one where AI is working with large language models. Here you don't have to write codes to make computer understand. You just need to speak. You just need to give a good prompt, like what should be typed to get the results, get the code out. Okay, you cannot here you will use the word called prompt rather than putting what is the sentence that you need to give to the AI. We use the word called prompt. That prompts is now converted into codes. Okay, whatever you want. You want to write a code on classification of do what is it called, land use land cover classification for a particular area using random forest method. Give me a code. Yes, it gives you a code. Okay. What you need to do is you need to tell what is the satellite image, what is the date. If even that is prompted correctly, it does in a single sentence. It will complete you the whole code and revert you back. So now know where we are writing codes, but it is mandatory for us to understand what is the code that computer is given. So we don't need to be a coder, but you need to be a understanding of the coder. So you need to learn Python, or you need to learn any programming languages, which hereafter the AI will create, but you need to understand, you need to interact with the code that yes, this is what it is doing, and then only you can be a good user, you can be a developer in the future, or else you can be just a user, just whatever the code is given, whatever the result is coming, you just put it as it is, and that is never going to work out. So this is the future of where we are working with large language models. And thank you so much for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Surendran, because this is the order of the day. We have to follow the technology. We have to identify the newer methodologies of teaching geography. It's not traditional geography. When Professor N. Subramaniam was there, he said, the தம்பி பேசுறது இங்க வந்து for the artificial intelligence and then cloud computing and then passing the orders. So that is the order of the day. Probably in a couple of years we will see all these things now. Now thank you very much Dr. Surendran. And now we have another presentation by Subramaniam. Shall we take it now or maybe If you are free, probably in another 15 minutes you will complete and go for lunch. Okay. Okay, okay. For 15 minutes like he will complete. Now we have with us Dr. R. Subramaniam. He is a veteran in writing the textbooks of SCERT. Probably from 6th to 12th geography textbook we have written, and he is the brain behind all our activities. Number two, we were also authors of the recent regional geography of Tamil Nadu, published recently last week. So that is also there. And then let's see how the newer technologies are coming in teaching geography.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, one and all. Respected dignitaries, veterans, multifaceted participants, and others of different interests. I am from a school background. Of course, most of the audiences or participants are from this field. You are going to be, I think. So, redesigning teaching curriculum in geography. We have a couple of experience in this field. I have worked with the most reverend Dr. K. Kumarasamy and Maria Ma'am, also retired assistant professor, and many other professors of Madras University, Presidency College, Queen Mary's College, and Coimbatore, I think. So geography, I have been watching many veterans presenting geography. From this perspective, I would like to share a few ideas of how to redefine. First of all, the curriculum of any discipline needs to be focused on employability, structure,